Welcome back to the Ultimate Trader Workshop. In this video, we're going to discuss a very important battle that's taking place with the US dollar overall. And to do that, we're going to take a look at the US dollar index. Okay, so there's a couple of significant patterns being formed and another one developing, and they're going to cause a little bit of friction, a little bit of static as it pertains to dollar being able to recover or regain any of the strength that it looks like it has potentially. So that being said, let's jump right into it. In true Harmonic Trading Club fashion, we're going to be using a lot of advanced pattern recognition and harmonic pattern discovery here. Two major ones that are pretty powerful. So we'll talk about how and what that decision is going to look like once we arrive there. So we, of course, are dealing with this market right here. You can probably already see if you've been watching a lot of our videos, we're going to be working inside of this area here, dating back to August 1st. Okay, it looks like there's some bearish activity and some recovery to try to see how high the dollar can go to, again, recover out of what appears to be a pretty significant bearish roll. And talking about that's dating back to the beginning of the year. Dollar's been falling. A lot of people think it should be the opposite because they're looking at a recovering in the economy. But obviously, as it pertains to the dollar and the dollar index, that has not been the case. So finally, let's jump in and break these two bad boys down. Hopefully we can do some review to help tighten up your reticular and get you used to some of these things if you're a fan of advanced pattern recognition. All right, so identifying impulse top to bottom right here, okay? Okay, swing high to swing low, okay? What do we have? We're just gonna verify both. We're gonna turn this into a class, so if you like these classes, you wanna stay tuned for this one because this one's gonna cover two of the most powerful patterns out there. So swing high to swing low, your retracement hits the 50% for your B leg, okay? XA, this is B, and does not hit the 618. Making sure that you stay inside of bat pattern territory and do not enter Gartley territory, which requires a 618 retracement of the impulse leg, okay? The D leg completion is up here, okay, at the 886 retracement of X to A. Now, that being said, that would give us our advanced bat pattern, okay? Meaning, okay, in this case, this is a good sign because there's still some price action to go. There's still a little bit more buying to go. But as you can see, because remember, we've moved over into really identifying what's happening with candle sequences and things of that sort. You see the last push, we're looking at the daily chart. So this is, I think this is Thursday. Yeah, Thursday the 9th. And then here's Friday the 10th, which we know that was going to be bearish because of what happened. And then you're getting some recovery today, the 13th, some recovery looking to go push up and potentially fill this bearish bat pattern, which if this works out like that, it's going to send the dollar tumbling back down. Of course, there's some fundamentals and some other things that could come into play that could change the entire scope of what I just said. It's not guaranteed. It's just what to expect when price action gets there. That's when we start looking. Here's another thing. When we get up there, we're not overbought yet, but when we get there, we will be extremely bought on RSI. Just something else to note. Let's go talk about the next opportunity that could be on the table. We'll leave that there. Actually, I'll take them off because I want you to be able to see this next one, okay? And that is identifying this impulse right here, okay? From this swing high to this swing low right here. This is where I'm going. He comes, he flattens out right here, okay? So this is the impulse of the next pattern we're going to talk about. And then his retracement coming back up. All right, his retracement coming back up needs to hit the 382 retracement. If you don't know what I'm talking about, this is the advanced Cypher pattern, okay? So X to A, okay, and a valid B needing to hit the 382 or 38% of the way back up, okay? That's X, A, B. That makes B valid. That puts you in Cypher territory. You can keep going. Down here is going to be C. It's an extension of X to A using the Fibonacci extension tool. Swing high to swing low on the extension tool and then coming back. Okay, Rules of engagement for the cipher pattern stipulate that price action must touch the 127 for a valid C leg. It can go as far down as the 1414 and even wick into the 1414, but cannot close beyond it. So if you want to know more about the advanced cipher pattern, we do have a class on the cipher pattern explaining what I just said. So this is a valid C leg for the cipher pattern. Okay. Last but not least, it's D leg completion up here at the top. The D leg completion is valid, and its entry is a 786 retracement of X to C, meaning basically retracing that whole entire side and then looking for the 786. So I'm going to put that on here. And that's the D leg completion. Notice that the cipher pattern is filled. Okay. I understand that there is another level up here for 886, which is going to complete the bat. But for the sake of the cipher is filled. And that's why that's another reason we did have fundamentals to go with it, but you do see the rejection, and then you see price actions coming to try to make another move to deal with this zone. Again, in that case, it had already been, price up there had already been overbought. You see it, the kickback. You see a retest coming. That's why you're seeing this V action looking here. That's why you're seeing this V action here, to come back into that area for a retest, and that's where the real battle is going to take place. Even if you push through and get the fill on the bat, okay, that doesn't mean that it's over. It means that the cipher struggled a little bit. Then it's going to be bat's turn to take on the price action, the bearish price action. As what we're looking at signals that there's going to be some attempts at distribution, okay, just across the economy, distribution. And I think that that's fair to say that that can be expected. So let's just throw both back on here. I'm going to start with the cipher pattern, okay? Remember, we were coming high to low and back up here to C and then filled on cipher, okay? And I wanted to use different colors so that we could actually see both patterns. I might have to do that. And then the bat pattern is, here's his swing high to swing low. Here's his impulse coming up to his B leg, his C leg, and then his D leg completion up here at 886. So it looks like a whole bunch of mumbo jumbo, but let's try to see if we can give it some clarity. I don't really know which two colors I want to use. If we use the blue and green, that's what it would look like. Okay, you'd have to hover on each one to see the cipher in blue. And then the bat in green, of course, again, cipher filled, got a reaction, even though a lot of people think it's because of the fundamentals. That was going to happen anyway. That's where price action was going. That's usually what happens. You're usually going to get some type of reaction. Even if it doesn't win, even if it loses and gets smoked, you're usually going to see something at the completion of these patterns. Since we still have that action up here for the D leg of the bat, that could be expected as well. And then potentially we could start seeing these rollovers. Could see. Not saying that that's what's going to happen, but it's very important for us during times like this to jump in and take a look at it from a macro level when we're talking about the economy. So if you want to know more about the advanced cipher pattern, we do have a very in-depth class on that in the Harmonic Trading Academy playlist, as well as the advanced bat patterns. So we got cipher, bat, garly, crab, shark, you name it, as well as a plethora of other things. I don't think there's anybody who has an academy like the Harmonic Trading Club, Ultimate Trader Workshop, or any of that on YouTube. So we are pushing towards 500 subscribers. We're at 470. We need 30 more to go. Let's get the 30 subs off this video, okay? Subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed. Hit the bell icon so you can be notified when amazing videos like this come out that are only done here, to my understanding. No faking, no gurus, no Lamborghinis, no trading on a beach. No, you're going to get rich overnight. None of that. The truth about how the market works found right here with us. So you guys be good. Take care of yourself in the market, and I will see you on the next video.